HD, you said that there are women that would actually have problem with the way Trigger Mike manages his home. I
Wait,
don't
what?
think so. Like I honestly believe someone like Trigger Mike and Marcus and as I get to learn you as well, they're not going to really have a problem. Most women don't have a problem falling in line when you stand firm on who you are, what you believe, and you do the right things. I simply like that's where my point of contention with what you said was because most women, when they see real masculine men, not the baby, what you doing? Not that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a real masculine man. They will fall in line. And Miss Taken is an example of that. If you don't mind me using you as an example of that, real quick. But that's where I disagree with you because I truly believe the hardest the hardest of women and the softest of women and everything in between will fall in line because they will recognize like, yo, this is a quote unquote real man. And I think
Well,
that's
that's
just kind
why
of the
I
way they
said,
command their families. And I don't think that most women will see that as toxic. Now here's the deal. People like you, Marcus, Trigger Mike, y'all aren't gonna just settle for anything. When y'all see the bullshit, y'all gonna keep it moving. Like, nah, baby, thank you. I'm good. That's where more of us men need to move that way. Like, nah, baby, I'm good. I don't think they're like. Yeah, they'll glance at that fat ass. Yeah, they'll glance at those titties that's out in front of their face. They ain't chasing that shit. Y'all ain't chasing that shit,
listen,
and
I
you
agree with
not
you,
letting it
AP.
move you off your square.
I agree with you 100%. But that's why I specifically said a woman that has an illusion of control and a woman that's willing to sit there and say, hey, listen, I want control and I want this when I want to. I said that type of woman would be the problem. Will have a problem with Trigger Mike.
Man,
I
I'm
still don't
lost.
think
So
Why do
so.
people got a problem with me again? I'm sorry.
I still don't think so because
no,
once that
you're
illusion is no longer an illusion, and they actually see that this man makes their life better,
L-
those
No,
delusional
so
women will
AP,
fall in
AP,
line.
you're doing the Marcus thing, bro. You're doing the Marcus thing. You know why I implore people not to all the way listen because Marcus is not wrong, but you got to remember who's giving you the information. Mar- when Marcus ass niggas do this thing, it actually irks my nerves because Marcus is 6'8", right? Right? When the way he can get a woman to respond to him is in the 99th percentile. You see what I'm saying?
That's not
So
true.
when
My
he
husband's
but,
wait.
6 feet.
when he talks in such a, I mean, women just do what the fuck I. It's an oversimplification. He's literally leaving out the fact that 90% of other men will not get that response from a woman automatically. This is
Wait,
go
hang
ahead.
on
Not
one
true.
second. Mistaken and
So
Shin,
now
please
it's
admit
true.
she
Oh,
critiqued
okay.
Cap
All right.
because
Just throw it
I'm
out
being
there.
Trigger Mike, you were the person at the beginning of this stream talking about that you could do it too. How tall are you?
No. This is I'm 6 feet tall. No, this is actually my actual point. This is my actual point. Marcus is tall as fuck. I was raised to be a husband and raised in a family where this is the way men behave to get these behaviors from women, and this is your job. So that's what I'm saying. One person taught, and he was probably taught too, but either way, he casts a shadow over most people, so they just gonna comply with whatever the fuck he says. Now, this is what is the issue. I'm trying to be objective here. This is the issue for every other man. It is not just the man. There used to also be other things that kept women in line, and I think somebody said it already. Tap, you already said the village, and somebody already said similar values and morals. Remember, people used to be attached to religion. Religion did have to work when we talk about values.
Mhm.
So even if the man wasn't so much up to par in the masculinity front, a woman was following the guidelines of the religion as to how she related to her man. She did not disrespect her man, not because he was so masculine. She did not disrespect him because the religion said so, because her village would get on her for doing so in public, right? So that's why I'm saying it's not just the fact that a man has to be who he is. there used to be other things in place to keep women in line. So now what we're really seeing is that when a woman feels equal to you in certain ways, she wants to challenge you, even though you're a masculine man, right? I make 100K, you make 100K. I say this not going down, you be like, well, I think it should go. No, you see what I'm saying? I think that's more so what's happening in today's society, because men are having to deal with women who are unruly because they're spiritually not grounded in anything, spiritually or culturally not grounded. Yeah,
that's my pushback on that, right?
Marcus, it's not your height, by the way. It's actually, see, I've met Marcus. It's actually the way he treats people. The way he talks to people.
And he tall as fuck. Like, he can treat people well.
Like, it ain't just the one thing. It ain't just the one thing, because I personally, shit, in my mind, like if it got down, I'm gonna bust his head open. But it was the way he moved, the way he talked to people. You know what I'm saying? It was who he is. I don't think it has anything to do with his height. Like, you're 6 foot, like you said, it's learned, and you think it's his height. It's not. It's the way you move as men that get women to cooperate. Period.
Agreed.
So to build, hold on, Trigger Mike, let me just stack on AP point, because I 100,000% agree with him. 1 million, I appreciate it, bro. And this is the thing. So what that height or some other intangibles may do, or being attractive, may allow me to get a woman that I specifically like equate to attractive wise. But I think all men can do it at the level of women that they attract, right? Respect and all these other things is what the differentiator is. And what we see is men are getting women that they may find more attractive than themselves, or they may feel that they're outscoring, or they just don't know how to set those parameters. And that has nothing to do with the intangibles that I have. It has everything to do with the individual man and how he presents himself for the woman that he is dealing with. Because let's say I'm ugly or whatever, and I got a 4. I can get the same response as a guy that's good looking, tall, and have all these things
from a 4
at the level at that same level. So the only thing that my extras do I might be able to date a woman on a point scale that may be higher, but I think that universally what I'm saying works across the board at whatever level of person that you attract.
And it is not even just a person, a woman that's dealing with you in relationship. It's women in general around you. Like, when y'all know I had went to go renew my vows, but just watching how other women that was in our circle responded to my husband when he said move as well. Like, everybody was moving. And it was the same thing with, one of the other, couples, fiance. It was the same thing. It's about how you command respect.
Absolutely.
And that will
I don't disagree on any
woman that's around you.
But what I'm saying is that in general, I think we don't want to oversimplify it, because we won't accurately address the problem.